Yeah, that's cool. Cool. We all want to do that. I want to do that constantly. That was awesome. It's so much fun to watch it with you guys because we watch it in an editing room or a screening room with the same people over. We love watching with you, Chuck, but it's really fun to watch it with these people too. With fans. It's so much fun to show you guys this stuff. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. And for your support. And so many of you have been, I think that there was a world and a time when people didn't believe that, every superhero was going to have their day in court. And this audience and these kinds of people, all of you all have been instrumental in why we got to make this movie. So thank you all.
Thank you. Do you want to talk to them a little bit about how the action all came together? Because that's just a piece of the action in the whole film. There's a lot more.
Yeah, I think that what was fun, certainly every story considers this, I'm sure, but what was fun about this action was that I really cared about doing it all as a character piece. So the entire movie is really a character story and a character journey. And so every time we got to an action scene, it clarifies what it is because it's all from the point of view of Diana. It's not about stepping back and watching action for action's sake or anything. It's here she is, and here's her journey, and here's what she's seeing, and here's how that affects her. So it was a fun way to approach it because it always gave such a very strong understanding of how we should go about it. And within there, of course, there's, well, then what shot, and what, this and that, and what kind of room, and whatever it is. But it made it, what was interesting is somebody asked me the other day, they're like, was there a lot of talk about what was too much and what was too little? And there wasn't. No. From day one, her action pieces, Jeff and I were deeply involved in trying to break this story and all of the different beats of what we were going to try to do with what those other guys had broken and passed on. And so I think what was great about it is that the action that we ended up taking on came totally naturally, which is, oh, well, now she's going to be training and do these things, and then a battle comes to their shore, and you're watching that battle from Diana's point of view. As you see, battle is way more intense than you ever could have imagined. And then it's hard won as she makes her way to man's world, and by the time she finally gets to where she can do something, she's dying to do something because she hasn't been able to find an outlet. So it really came quite naturally and was just the right amount of oh, well, then that moment in her story is over. Now we go back to the story until we get to the next chapter. But it's it all came pretty, it all really fell into that
organic.
Yeah, it was very organic.
Yeah, it wasn't like, hey, let's do an action scene here.
Yeah, we're overdoing an action scene. I mean, that just never happens.
No, that was cool.
Yeah.